What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't try to fix a narcissist, and how, trying to fix narcissistic people will just keep you trapped in the relationship for longer, and just don't do it. Don't try to fix narcissistic people. I've had situations in my own life with narcissists, and, I was at a point where I thought I could fix them. I thought I could change them. I thought that I would be the one to save them, and that I was going to change them, and, I was going to be this big hero, and, Truth Tiger saved that narcissist, Truth Tiger changed them, and I thought I could, discipline them, show them the way, show them the error of their ways, I thought I could do all that, and I thought that was my duty to do that, and I thought that I had, maybe, I guess, a moral obligation to do that, but, man, I've realized it's just a sinking ship, You're trying to patch a hole in a sinking ship, and they make another hole, and, they don't want to change. They don't want to be saved, They're just going to respond to that with more abuse, which is what they did to me, and they're going to fake and pretend like they made changes or whatever to keep you trapped, and to keep you appeased, and to keep you stuck in this bad situation that you're in, with these people. And I'm just telling you, a big reason why a lot of people stay trapped and stay stuck is because they want to fix, they want to fix and they want to change. And it's it's almost in a messed up way. I felt bad for the narcissists, and I saw that something was wrong with them, and they were weird, and I saw that they were unhappy and stuff, and I thought it was my job to make them happy. I thought it was my job to fix them, to change them. I thought we would do it together, or whatever, or I don't know, and a lot of that comes from childhood and, bad patterns, and, I thought I could, fix my parents and change my parents, and, I thought I was going to save them, and I thought I could just make everybody happy and please everybody, and, all these kinds of things. And I realized it's a sinking ship, and, trying to save this narcissist, you're going to end up losing yourself. Trying to fix this narcissist, you yourself are going to end up in a state of disrepair from the abuse of them, and from the awful way that they treat other people, and you yourself are going to end up in a bad state just from all the arguments and all the drama and all the BS. And the thing is, they don't make changes, they don't get better, they actually just get worse and worse and worse, and the longer you're in it, the more you just get stuck, and it's there's just something about it where there's something that was in me that I think is in a lot of people, that it's I wanted to fix people. I thought that I wanted to save people, I thought I was going to put on my superhero cape and fly in and rescue them and be this big hero and save the day, and the opposite happens. You just end up worse off for it. You end up worse for wear. You end up stressed out, and even if it's not saving them, I've heard a lot of people talk about how I'm going to save the marriage. I'm going to save the relationship. I'm going to save the friendship. I'm going to save the community. Whatever, it's you think you can save these things and hold these things together and keep these things in place, and you can't, because they're working against you. These narcissists are, I say this before, but they're cockroaches. They're evil. They're satanic little insects. they're little bugs, and like what's inside them is pretty much 100% evil and 100% satanic, and 100% just like they're demons from hell, basically, you know. And they're good at disguising themselves as nice people, pretending to be nice people, you know. That's the devil's number one MO, is pretend to be a good person. They're good at doing that, but underneath that is just pure evil, you know. It is pure sadism, is pure, you know, masochism, to be honest, especially for the covert narcs, is you know, I'm a victim kind of thing, you know. And it's like the narcs will play the victim role, and I talk about this in my covert narcissist videos, but they'll play that role of victim, you know, and act like, oh, they're so pitiable and everything's been so unfair and they're so weak and pathetic and, oh, you know, I need your help, oh, you know. And they'll do this kind of thing, and for me, unfortunately, I fell into it, and I thought, oh, I'm going to be that one good person. I'm going to be their shoulder to cry on. I'm going to be their big supporter. I'm going to lead them forward in life, you know. I'm going to just take care of them, and I'm going to help them. And I just realized, like, why am I helping this person? Why am I driving this person around town, trying to help them with stuff? You know, like they're going to make some big change, and they just need my help, and some big change is going to occur, when they're just sucking me dry, finding any excuse to criticize me, just being annoying, you know, pushing my boundaries. And I'm just like, man, what am I doing, you know? Why am I doing this? You know, I'm just being stolen from, you know? My time, my energy, literally my life force. Literally my life force. They're literally just drinking the energy out of me, you know? And I don't tolerate it, you know? I don't tolerate these kind of people in any capacity, in any way, in any place. And, you know, I've even had people that were cool with me, but then they showed narcissistic tendencies, and, you know, I kind of gave them some chances, but they kept being manipulative, kept being weird. So I was like, we're not doing this, you know? And, like, you know, I stopped ignoring, you know, I used to ignore the red flags and stuff like that, and I stopped doing that. And I'm like, if I see a red flag, if someone's acting weird, I will write them off immediately, you know. And if someone's sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're weird, I'm like, well, if the weirdness keeps on going, and for some people it has, and I'm like, well, I'm going to write this person off, you know, cross them off the list. It's unfortunate, but it's what you got to do, you know. And I think a lot of this stuff is just like, you know, you don't want to break the social order. You don't want to break the status quo, and they use that as a way to, you know, keep the abuse up. They use it as a way to be manipulative and just shitty and stuff like that. And I really thought, especially when I was like a little kid, that I had to uphold the status quo. I had to be the glue to hold everybody together. I had to be that one stable person, and I had to, like, just be so nice and all this stuff. And I realized these people are just laughing in my face, a lot of them members of my own family, talking about me behind my back, acting weird, acting strange, doing whatever they can to pour sugar in my gas tank and sabotage me, you know. And it's just like, if they can't control you, they try to sabotage you, you know. Separate video, but just like dealing with that. And I'm like, I'm gonna fix them, I'm gonna save them. I spent a lot of energy and effort trying to fix and save my own mother, and that was a wasted effort. That wasn't gonna happen. Same with my own father. Wasn't gonna happen. They didn't want to change, you know. They really did not. And it's just, you know, you don't want to get caught up in this sunk cost fallacy, where it's like, well, I've been in a relationship with this person for 5 years, you know, I already put in all the effort. We've been married for 10 years, so I just put in all this effort, and I've made all these sacrifices for this person, you know. It's like, these narcissists want you to make so much sacrifices for them, you know, like they're God or something, you know. They really want to go, they're so egotistical and arrogant and gross. They really want to, like, be like their God or something like that, you know. And it's ridiculousness, but it's just, man, that sunk cost fallacy thing, like, oh, we've been friends since childhood, so I have to keep hanging out with him. No, you don't. No, you do not. You really don't. And that sunk cost fallacy just keeps people really stuck. And they think, well, I already made so much sacrifices and put in so much effort on this person. It's like, no, that's a losing investment. I invested $5,000 in some crypto scam or whatever. Now that $5,000 is gone, and I'm not getting it back. And I'm not going to say, oh, well, if I invest $10,000, then, oh, then maybe it'll work out then, and I've already done this, and it'll turn around, and whatever. Just, all right, that $5,000 is now $1,000. I'm going to take that $1,000, say that $4,000 I lost, whatever, and just keep moving, you know? It's like that. It really is like that, and look, it's like they scammed you. You know, they scammed us. They scammed me, you know? They ran their little scam. They made us think that, you know, they were legit people. They made us think that they were cool and that they were people we should have in, you know, our lives. And, you know, we fell for the scam. And, you know, like I talk about in other videos, the scam is part of the matrix. It's part of society. We live in a very narcissistic society. We live kind of under narcissistic mind control in a lot of ways. And this comes from religions and governments and the corporations and consumerism, but, you know, we are conditioned by these narcissists who are in positions of power to sort of seek out narcissism and to enable it and stuff like that. And, like, this trying to fix them, like, that's enabling. It's a big form of enablement. And, hey, you know, it's something I had to really get over in my own life. I had to get past that. I couldn't be that fixer anymore, you know? I had to focus on fixing myself, you know? I can't fix these other people. I have to fix myself. I can't fix society. I have to fix myself, you know? All I can really do is, you know, help the people who want help, put the truth out there, speak on it, and, you know, be a decent person in my life, you know, do decent things and stand up to these people. I'm not going to let people bully me, take advantage of me, lie to me, trick me, you know, just hit me with a bunch of criticism and BS. Like, absolutely not. Not here, you know? And I have that kind of backbone, you know, and I had to develop that over time. You know, and you need that backbone to get these narcs out, you know? And you need a strong mind too, so, you know, you won't get deceived by all the BS that they do. Because it's a lot of gaslighting and games and guilt tripping and manipulation, and I really thought it was like my duty to help them, and I had to be there to save them, and I had to be there for them and all this stuff. And again, that's just the gaslighting they do. And it's not just them, but it's in our families, it's in our society, it's in our government, it's in religions. It's like I say before, it's a narcissistic society we live in. We live in a narcissistic matrix, and the things that are at the front of most people's minds are not important things. It's not spiritual truth. It's not the truth of loving one's fellow. It's not the truth of God who created the world or anything like that. It's all about consumerism. And what it really comes down to is just taking advantage of other people, you know? That's what this stuff really comes down to, is how can I get over on other people, you know? And society really rewards that a lot. They reward a lot of narcissistic BS. They reward a lot of apathy and lack of empathy. Society rewards people just not caring at all, you know? There's a big reward in society. And, you know, society teaches us to come and run and be enablers, and to come and run and, oh, you know, I'll fix you, I'll change you, oh, they'll change, just give it a year or two. People change, you know? They'll change, they'll get better. They won't, you know? They won't. And if you're watching this and you got someone in your life that you think you can change and you're going to fix them and all this stuff, like, cut them out, get rid of them. You're not going to fix them, you're not going to change them, and you're being put through trauma and abuse and BS, and you're just being put through a lot of crap by this person, and this person has just lied to you, they've tricked you, they've conned you emotionally. It's an emotional it's an emotional con, it's an emotional fraud, it's relationship fraud. Yeah, it's like they've defrauded you. They've used the love bombing in their lies to make you think that you're gonna have a good relationship, a good friendship, a good situation, and nope, it's not that at all. It's a bunch of bullcrap. It's a bunch of games, it's a bunch of manipulation, and it's a bunch of stupidity. And the thing is, it's like the people around you, your friends and your family, will oftentimes they're not going to speak up. They're not going to talk to you about it and say, hey, this person's not good for you. When you go to talk to them, they're not going to really be helpful. They're just going to say, oh gosh, relationships are tough sometimes. Friendships are tough sometimes. Sometimes friends fight. Sometimes couples fight. There's just difficulties. You'll get a lot of apathy and a lot of them not caring when, the better things for you to hear would be, hey, you got to get out. You don't need that person in your life, You got to, do some different stuff here. This is not good. So the point I'm trying to make is the people around us, society, they don't tell us the right stuff. They are complicit. They are bystanders. They are enablers. They help keep us trapped in that. They do. And also, there's just the shame of it too. It's like you're ashamed by that situation. That you got this other person that just being all criticizing and nasty, just bullying you and trying to control you, and just dragging you into all these nasty fights and arguments. And you're just, you don't want them to see that. You don't want them to know that that's how you're living. And that this weird person is got control on you and stuff like that, and you have someone who's just taking advantage and being creepy in your life. You don't want people to see that, and you think I could just fix this person and I won't have to deal with that shame and humiliation of that, and I'll fix them. And I'll make a separate video about feeling ashamed and feeling stuck and stuff, but that's part of why you want to fix people, because you're like, I could just fix people, I could just fix them, and I don't have to leave, I don't have to confront this relationship, I don't have to heal, I don't have to, do any of that, because I'm just going to fix them, and I don't have to really confront what's going on here, I don't have to really deal with it, I'll just fix them, Bob the Builder, Mr. Fix-It, Mrs. Fix-It, whatever, and I'll fix this person, and everything will be all good, all solid. And it's not. You don't fix them. You don't change them. It just doesn't go down that way, And there's a multitude of reasons why people want to fix people. I think it primarily comes down to childhood trauma and trying to fix your parents and, stuff like trying to fix your family as a little kid and stuff like that. I think that's most of it, but I think part of it is feeling ashamed about the relationship and, wanting to just kind of wave the magic wand, get that person to make changes and have things be all better so you don't have to confront the situation that's going on and deal with it and, heal and get out and do the things you got to do. But just it's an easy trap to fall into. It's a trap of, I guess you could say, codependency. It's a trap of running to these broken people like, I'll fix you, you broken people. Like it doesn't go down like that. You got to focus on yourself. You got to live your own life, and you got to just not do it with these narcissists. And they're nasty people. They're evil people. They're creepy people. They're just bad. They're trash, They're utter trash, and I'm sorry to say it, but most of them are beyond repair. Most of them will not be fixed. The vast majority of them will not be fixed, and the vast majority of them have just gone too far with this narcissism thing. The vast majority of them are swept out to sea, The vast majority of them are completely swept out to sea. The vast majority of the narcissists are not going to change or to be fixed. And the vast majority of them are beyond a point of fixing and repair. The vast majority of them cannot be fixed. They cannot be repaired. They cannot be changed, you know? That's just the way it is, unfortunately. And you have these demons just walking the earth, basically. You know? And look, like, they don't want to change. They don't want to self-reflect. And in the end of the day, like, when people give themselves over to Satan like that, their whole existence becomes lies, games, and manipulation. So there's always a new fake way to pretend they changed and to, oh, I went to therapy and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, and I love bomb the therapist and, you know, sweet talk them. And a lot of these narcs I know are very good at doing that. They're good at you know, outside charm. You know, they're very good at doing that. At looking good on the outside. And whatever. And they'll do this stuff. And I've seen them, they go to group therapy. But then they just gossip about the people in their group. So-and-so, his marriage isn't going too good or whatever. They just gossip about the other people they do group therapy with. And they all hang out and just act like, treat it like a religion, basically, you know. And like, I've seen so much of it. Oh, I'm doing this. Or they'll get involved in religion, and they'll, you know, like, if you see my character, Pastor John Dickerson, they'll go to some church like that. They'll do some manipulative New Age stuff. Again, check out my other character, Raj Palamon. But they'll get involved in some ridiculousness like that. And they'll say, oh, I've changed. Oh, you know, or... And it's a bunch of fakeness. It's a bunch of ridiculousness. It's never legit. And I've seen this so much. Or, oh, you know, me and so-and-so, we got together. We had a long talk. But it's underneath all of that, it's more manipulation. It's more games. Like, the games and the manipulation of these people, it's at their very core. You know? There's no solidness underneath them whatsoever. It's just games. It's just manipulation. There's nothing else going on there, you know? There's nothing genuine going on there whatsoever, you know? So, yeah, I'm going to end it here, but, you know, God bless you all for watching this video. Like, much love from Truth Tiger to all of you. Everybody who watches this, comments, subscribes, whatever, I got love for. Even the haters, you know, like, I'm not going to enable the haters, but I still got love for the haters, you know, and I got love for everybody, you know, so it's all love and kindness here. It's all about loving your fellow, being good to each other. So, you know, yeah, you know, all love, all positivity, lots of gratitude for all of you, and, yeah, have a good rest of your day.